Hi, and welcome to SimpleSpiritualityPH. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Regine. I am an intuitive, manifesting-based tarot reader. I am a certified Reiki healer and an overall lightworker. And before we dive into today's episode, I would like to invite everyone who would like to receive notifications of my new videos to please hit the subscribe button over there. If you like this video later on, please give it your thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, you want to say hey, or if you want, like topics for me to cover, just comment them down below. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me, online for now, of course, here are the details. Alrighty, so let's get to the meat of the video. Now, this is a very important topic that I think that I should cover because I actually don't see enough of this, to be honest. And it's always a question when it comes to my clients. It's always come up at least once a week, at the very least, with my clients. Like different clients, and that is it's all because of the Mercury retrograde, basically. As you may know, we are in the last Mercury retrograde of the year for 2021, at the last leg of the year, right? And so whenever Mercury retrograde comes around, we all know that this brings some repercussions. For me particularly, I get really affected when it comes to my gadgets. I did a video on that. I'll leave it linked up there or down here. We usually tend to experience miscommunication during Mercury retrograde. We tend to blow things up during Mercury retrograde. We fight over pieces of chicken. Who gets the last piece of chicken? And it turns out, and we blow it up into proportional things, And a lot of things from our past suddenly spring up, or they come up during Mercury retrograde. And this includes relationships. Now, this varies from all different kinds of relationships. For today, we're going to be talking about relationships in general. So this could be romantic, this could be an ex-boyfriend or an ex-girlfriend or an ex-lover, coming back and making themselves felt during Mercury retrograde. This could be an ex-colleague of yours. This could be a friend whom you've fallen out with for years, and they're coming back now because it's Mercury retrograde. They're making themselves felt during Mercury retrograde. So that could be it. This could be a family member whom you thought you were estranged with, and suddenly they popped out of the blue saying hello during the lovely Mercury retrograde. So this applies to all kinds of relationship, professional, filial, romantic, you name it, it can be under this video, okay? Now, the thing that clients usually ask, sorry, that's an analyte gun, by the way. That's not like any kind of gun. That's a disinfectant gun, as you can see. So the thing that clients actually ask is, what do I actually do when these relationships, when these people start to pop up in my reality during Mercury retrograde? It's not like I wanted to deal with them during Mercury retrograde, right? Now, of course, first thing you do, if someone in your past does pop up and it does take you by surprise, meaning you weren't really expecting this, whether in a good way or a bad way, don't panic. Just don't panic. Keep calm, stay calm, stay cool, and just allow the experience to be as it is. Perhaps they've messaged you, perhaps they've reached out to you, and you weren't really expecting that. And if you ended in a bad way, if you ended, quote unquote, your relationship in a bad way, don't get angry all right away. You may have a tinge of a negative feeling, and that's perfectly fine. If this is someone that you've always wanted to get in touch with again, you wanted to reconnect with, then don't go all in all at once. Don't put all your marbles in the basket all at once, all together. You can feel that tinge of happiness, but just be cautious about it. So upon first contact, automatically just tell yourself that you'll take it as it is. The thing with Mercury retrograde is, again, things tend to blow up very quickly. And there is no logical there's no logical basis for it. There's no emotional basis for it. This just tends to be an impulsive time, basically. And that therein lies the danger. There's no thinking through about it. There's no thinking through about the actions. There's no thinking through about the repercussions of the emotions going on. That's why fights during Mercury retrograde tend to destroy relationships, to be honest, because people don't take that step back and see things for what they are, and just allow things to kind of like settle down. There's always, like, whenever it's Mercury retrograde, the passion is there, the action is there, and everything impulsive is there, that you just want to fight it out, So it's the same thing here. When first contact comes, just let it be. Just see it as it is, someone reaching out to you. Okay, someone reaching out to you. And the most important thing, actually, that you have to do when it comes to acting on this, when it comes to Mercury retrograde as well, is to just observe it first. Observe this time. Remember that Mercury retrograde is not the time for you to decide things, to put things in stone, It's not the time for you to start a new relationship. It's not the time for you to end an existing relationship, unless it's an emergency, like it's really a life or death situation for you, It's not the time for you to get a haircut. It's not a time for you to dye your hair. It's not the time for you to get married. It's not the time for you to get out of a marriage, again, unless life and death situation, okay? It's not the time for you to start a business. It's not the time for you to close a business. Mercury retrograde is a time for you to observe and discern. It is a time that forces you to really stay put and see what's happening around you. Observe what is happening around you. And from there, formulate your next step. We don't do this enough. We are totally guilty as a human race of being very impulsive and not thinking before we act. All right? And that's why we tend to make a lot of mistakes as a human race. That's why mistakes exist in the human race. It's because, well, one thing is we don't tend to think about things enough. We don't tend to think about the repercussions and the consequences of the decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis, when we should be doing that. And Mercury retrograde is actually helping us to do that. So when this person comes into your realm during Mercury retrograde, it's not the time for you to decide to shut them out all at once. It's also not the time for you to go all in on this person again all at once. It is a time for you to interact accordingly, yes. Interact accordingly, respond accordingly as a decent person as well. And observe, okay? Observe. If at the end of Mercury retrograde, when Mercury goes direct, right, and after the 2-week shadow period, if at the end of the full Mercury retrograde, so I mean with the shadow included, if at the end of it you decide, or you see, or you feel, or all of the above, actually, that would be helpful if it's all of the above, that this person is worth investing in again, again, no matter what the relationship of this person is or was to you, whether it's romantic, professional, filial, doesn't matter. If at the end of that period you decide that this person is worth investing in again, then that's when you go forward with your decision. Or maybe you decide that this person is not worth investing in, then that's when you decide to go forward with your decision. Either way, Mercury retrograde is a time for you to observe your relationships, especially the ones that come up from the past and come to say hello during this time period. Okay. So first things first, don't panic. Just say, hey, take it as it is. First contact is first contact, Second, it is a time for you to observe. No hard no's, no hard yes, but just act respectfully and act civilly towards this person who is trying to make themselves felt from your past during Mercury retrograde. Okay, so very short 9-minute video because some of my clients actually requested this. I hope this was helpful, and I hope this will be helpful for anyone who is asking for relationship help when people spring up during Mercury retrograde. All right, So, hope this was helpful. If you like this video, please give it your thumbs up. If you have any comment suggestions you want to say, hey, please do comment them down below. If you would like to receive notifications of my new videos, please hit the subscribe button over there. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me, online for now, of course, here are the details. And that's it. Stay happy, stay healthy, observe during Mercury retrograde, and go within. You know, always go within whenever it's Mercury retrograde. This really is a time for us to go inside and discern and observe. And yeah, ciao for now, guys. Bye.